It's the Carton Show. That handsome fella resides on First and Football. Matter of fact, he was out in the streets of New York City throwing a football today. But let's first go to Kyle Shanahan, head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Seems apparent to all that Brock Purdy is going to be QB1. He is the real deal. Lance is not. Sam Darnold's a backup anyway. And don't forget, you talk about the stuff that dreams are made of. Being the last guy picked in the draft, being an afterthought, all of a sudden getting into a game, winning 7 straight games, going to an NFC Championship game, and then even after serious elbow surgery, being thought of as the best quarterback on the San Francisco 49ers, a team with a legitimate Super Bowl shot? Awesome.
Hey, I like Kyle Shanahan, but I wouldn't jump out of the window and just say that he's the real deal. I can almost guarantee you that he won't go 7-0 to start the season.
Okay.
And we have not seen him lose a football game yet. Obviously, they lost against.
We don't count that. He was out.
He was out of the
game. That doesn't count.
Until we see him throw a few interceptions in the game, have some adversity, and see how he responds the next week, then we can begin to gauge
Let me ask you this.
how good of a quarterback he really is.
As a wide receiver, we've all seen the backup comes in. You guys rally around the backup because no one expects anything.
It happened to me in the biggest form.
Go ahead.
Because we were 1-1. We were 1-1. We went down to Baltimore in 2004, and Tommy Maddox tore his elbow tendon. Insert Ben Roethlisberger. He never came out of the game for the rest of his career.
Right. So here's what I'm getting at, right? So I want you to walk us through this because it's one thing when it happens in the moment. Last year, Brock Purdy comes in. No one's expecting much. Everybody rallies around the kid, right? You want him to do well, like you guys did, I'm sure, for a young Ben Roethlisberger. Year 2, though, it's different. Meaning, if now for you, Ben Roethlisberger, in San Francisco's case, Brock Purdy, if I'm Deebo Samuel, if I'm Brandon Ayuk, if I'm one of those guys, and I'm open, and he doesn't hit me and I'm wide open, last year, maybe I sit down, I counsel him, hey, kid, look at this, look at that. This year, it's a problem.
No, you continue to support him. And I think in that situation, you look for him to continue to get better and better as the years go on. But like I said, he's going to be a second-year quarterback. But, defenses haven't really seen enough tape on him to really get a bead on him to know what he's capable of doing. So I think he's going to keep having continued success because they have Kittles, Deebo Samuel, they have all the options offensively for him to have success. But my worry is, how is he going to react when he plays when he doesn't have a good game?
Right, and he's going to have a game because everybody does where he throws 3 picks. He's 14 for 30 and 100 yards, and they lose a game that they should win, and it's clearly on him. How do you recover from that? But hey, listen, guy's played 8 games in his life, and he's quote unquote. Let me see right here.
The real deal.
Bang!
Yes, right.
The real deal. Now, you can't trademark that because Evander Holyfield owns that, but he'll have to come up with his own nickname.
And the fact that he's the best quarterback on that roster.
Especially with the whole Trey Lance situation. My God.
Let's go to second in football. Let's go to South Florida, where I'm beloved by Dolphin fans.
Okay.
Mike McDaniel talking about Tua Tagovailoa. Talked about the fact that
So close.
I can't get it right. I'm sorry. I mean, they tell me the guys love Mike McDaniel.
That
but
makes no sense.
It's like listening to a bad social studies teacher whose head's too big for his body. It is tough, man. What's he talking about, Plax?
He has more pitches in his arsenal. Well, obviously, Ohtani doesn't have more pitches in his arsenal because his middle finger is messed up. But I just don't understand the narrative of what he's talking about as far as him having more pitches in his arsenal. Maybe
I don't get it either.
Up. Did his arm get stronger? Did his head get bigger along with the coach? I don't understand. we know that he's taking falling lessons, taekwondo, all of these things, but I have no idea when he's talking about with more pitches.
I'll tell you this, when you have to even have those conversations about your quarterback, it's a coach that's trying to prop his quarterback up because there's a problem. Like, you never hear Andy Reid have to talk about Patrick Mahomes, right? No. You don't have to hear guys take any great quarterback. They're not talking about, Joe Burrow has a lot of pitches in his arsenal. It's, hey, we're blessed we have a great quarterback. When it comes to Tua, they think he's great, But every time I hear a coach have to come up with like crazy terminology for what his quarterback brings to the table, it's a guy trying to invent things that they can use to defend what is probably an average quarterback at best.
Not to mention, it's still kind of like cute that he still does this, but when's it going to become Belichick? Then it's just tired.
Like, it was cute when he was vaping on the sideline of a playoff game. It was cute when he was playing Biggie in the locker room after a win. This ain't cute. This is just annoying.
It's annoying.
He's pimping too, though.
I mean, I love the sunglasses. He looks great.
He's pimping.
Yeah, and I happen to like him. But there comes a point where there's a line where that's cute, that's not cute.
Yeah, it's tired.
Yeah, it's a little tired. That's right, Cody. Let me go to third in football right now. Your favorite young receiver is a guy named George Pickens, right? This, of course, was the catch that people were talking about against Joey Porter Jr. right there. Great coverage, underthrown. Pickens makes the play, right? Well, Pickens wanted everybody to understand something in regards to his availability on the football field. When I'm not open, I'm always open, Plaxico Burress.
Hey, there are few franchises in this world that are always open. And he just happens to be wearing one of them in the gold and black, and that is Waffle House.
He's the
So he is definitely always open.
Always open.
Absolutely.
That's something I could have seen a young Plaxico Burress saying. Hey, Ben, even when I'm not open, I'm open.
Just give me a chance, man. You never know what may happen.
I know what would happen. Catch radius would have happened, right?
Oh, there it is. That and complimentary football.
But dude, he is a stud, man, and it's going to be fun watching him play. Hopefully Kenny Pickett's good enough to make sure he gets the ball.
He doesn't have to be that good.
Well, he's got to give the ball 9 times a game, though.
Hey, he's always open, even when he's not.
And let me go to fourth in football right now. I can't tell you the last time this happened, and for good reason, because they've been so bad for so long, but it is now official. The Detroit Lions have a waiting list for season tickets for the first time ever at Ford Field. They've been playing at Ford Field since 2002.
Right.
So the better part of a quarter of a century, and there has never been a demand for Lions tickets in that time frame. Right. Now they are sold out for every game this year, and there's a waiting list to get in. That's because of that guy right there.
Yes,
wow, I don't think the Lions have sold out a season since the Pontiac Superdome.
Probably not.
So congratulations to them. That's 20 years.
Yeah, 2002. It's a long, long time. And it's because they believe that Campbell's got the right thing going. They got Jared Goff, of course, and they damn near made the playoffs last year. So all things on the up in Detroit. By the way, just real quick, one extra football thought, if I may. You guys may have seen the story that there's a 50-year-old whale that a bunch of really rich people want to take out of captivity and put into the Puget Sound so he can live free amongst the other fish, right?
Free Willy.
It turns out that the guy that wants to fund it is none other than Jim Irsay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts. There he is right there. So check this out. It'll cost him $20 million to airlift orca out of the water where he is in captivity at like one of those, what do they call them? Petting zoos or something, right? Yeah. And bring him to freedom. But he won't give Jonathan Taylor an extra $1 million. Just think about that. He'll spend $20 million on moving a fish from one body of water to another.
It's a mammal.
But he won't give Jonathan Taylor an extra $1 million.
Well, that's what Jonathan Taylor needs to do. He needs to dress up like an orca, show up at the field, and he'll get his extra $1 million. Well, he might get $20 million.
There are some people that just have too much money.
Irsay's one of them. He has a whale out of water in Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Hey, that has to make him feel really good about it.
So they're gonna fly
just think for 1 second, if you may. You're Jonathan Taylor. You're everything to the Indianapolis Colts. You're a great player, star running back. They've got a rookie quarterback. They need you. They know they need you.
Absolutely.
And you're like, hey, listen, couple extra $1 million, we're good. Like, I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm not trying to break the bank. Just a couple extra milli, right? And the owner goes, listen, I've got a choice. I can spend $20 million on moving a fish from this pond to that pond.
Fish.
Or I could give you a couple $1 million. Let me think about what. Let's see, priorities in life. Orca You're saved.
I'm just-
JT, sorry.
I'm also more blown away. They're
Like-
planning on flying this thing, by the way. What
Yeah.
plane have you ever seen
No.
holding a whale?
It ain't a plane.
What?
It's a helicopter.
What?
They come in
Yeah,
with
they come in,
helicopters.
they put it like in a thing.
Like a carriage
And-
under
yeah,
it.
yeah, and
and
the
then
head
they
and the
drop them
tail
in the
hang.
water.
There's no way this goes wrong. Oh, man.
Meanwhile, the poor fish is like, I'm 50, I'm good. Like, leave me alone.
I'm on the back nine.
Doesn't it scare you, though?
If I wanted to be with my family, I would have eaten the trainers 50 years ago.
But you have to understand, Jim Irsay's been a disastrous owner lately. Like, this is going to blow up in a terrible way somehow.
And by the way, I was thinking now that, since Jim Irsay's saving a whale, that it's possible Nathaniel Hackett takes that, hears that story and goes, hey guys, next practice, whale sounds for our plays. Oh yeah, could you imagine 80,000 people, all right, and Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, you're wide left, and he looks over and he goes,
And you're in Kansas City, you're like,
What was that? It's like Randall Cunningham all over again.
was that the whale or was that the shark sound? Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.